Okay, so here we go. Question 15. This question I'm going to use for some of you who are supposed to know. I hope you know. I'm going to use LCM method to solve. So what's LCM? Is lowest common multiple. So what about the lowest common multiple? So they say that Alma spent 1/6 of her money. Mila spent 1/4 of her money, right? At the beginning, we know the difference between Alma and Mila. In the end, we know the difference between Alma and Mila. So I'm going to start off looking at the fractions. You see, it's 1/6 and 1/4, right? I'm going to take the denominators, find out what's the lowest common multiple of 6 and 4. So 6 and 4 lowest common multiple is 12. Why do I do this? I want both of them to start off with 12 units. Okay, so at the beginning, Alma had $72 more. So I'm just going to plus 72 for Alma this way. Okay, so that's at the beginning. Next, they tell us that Alma spent 1/6 of her money. So look at the 12U. I'll have to take away 1/6 of that. So what's 1/6 of 12U? Is 2U, right? Next, I'm going to have to 1/6 of the $72 as well. So what's 1/6 of $72? $12. So I'm going to minus $12 for Alma. So now I'm going to do a vertical subtraction. 12U minus 2U, I'm left with 10 units. $72 minus $12, I still have, not me, Alma still has the $60. Okay, then for Mila, she spent 1/4 of her money, right? So if at first she had 12U, taking away 1/4 of that, that would be 3 units, right? So we minus 3U. So Mila will be, in the end, she had 9U left. Okay, so now then the next part, after that, Alma had $84 more than Mila. So that's the ending part, right? So in the end, Alma had this amount. In the end, Mila had 9U left. I want to form an equation, so I want to put an equal sign between them. Okay, I want to put an equal sign between these two. But in order to do that, I need to make them equal first. At the moment, they're not equal, right? So in order to write the equal sign in between, I need to add $84 to Mila. Okay, what's the reason I add $84 to Mila? Because Alma had $84 more. So if for them to be equal, I need to add 84 to Mila to make Mila the same as Alma in the end. Okay, so I'm doing this just to form an equation. Now, if I shift things around, this is an invisible plus. I'm going to shift this here, become 9 minus 9U. The numbers will go the other way, plus $60. Go over there, become minus 60. So I'm left with 1 unit. Is 84 minus 60, which is $24. Okay, so in order to find Alma at first, we're looking at 12 units, which is $24 times 12. $288. Okay, so wait, Alma at first is this part. Alma at first. So this is what I need to find. Okay, so after finding 12 units, I need to add $72. Then I have $360. So question 16. I'm going to list down the information. Okay, so we have seashells, bookmarks, and ribbons. I'm just going to write down seashells, bookmarks, ribbons, like that. So they tell us that 76 seashells and 20% of her collection were bookmarks, and she had 44 fewer bookmarks than ribbons. So let's write all these down. Seashells 76, bookmarks 20%. So if bookmarks 20%, we can say, let's write it like that. Okay, and she had 44 fewer bookmarks than ribbons. So that would be 20% Means if she had 44 fewer bookmarks than ribbons, means the ribbons she would have 44 more, isn't it? So I'm just going to write plus 44. Okay? So then we know that everything is 100%, right? So meaning 76 plus 20% plus 20% plus 44. I basically add all three of these up. And all three of them should give me 100%. Right? So then I'm going to add up the percentages. So this is 40%. And I add up the two numbers. So 40% plus 76 plus 44 is 100%. So what does this mean? Okay, I'm just going to add the 76 and 44 first. So 40% plus 120, not percent. 40% plus 120 is equals to 100%. This means that 60% is 120. All right, so question A, part A, asking us for the total number of everything. Means we are supposed to find 100%, everything. So from 60%, you can find out what's 1%. I'm just going to leave my answer like that. Okay, and I can go and find 100%, which is 120 out of 60 times 100. If I do this, I should get 200. That is the answer for part A. So 200 seashells, bookmarks, and ribbons altogether. Okay. Now then we go on to part B. Maggie was given some bookmarks. So she was given bookmarks. And afterwards, all the total collection increased by 25%. So they're trying to find out what percentage of her total collection were bookmarks in the end. So the main clue is the fact that her collection increased by 25%. So if we know that 100% is 200, what is the increase, right? The increase of 25%. I can take my 1% just now. Okay, never mind. Let me just go and work this out. So 1% is 2, isn't it? So 2 times 25. Meaning she increased her collection by 50. She received 50 additional bookmarks. So total bookmarks now would be, do we know the old bookmarks? Oh, I haven't found that, right? So I need to find the old bookmarks first. So let me find the old bookmarks first, 20%. Two times 20, 40. So the bookmarks now would be 40 plus 50, which is 90. How about total now? At first she had 200, right? Increase of 50, so altogether now she has 200 plus 50, which is 250. So why do I need to find these? Because they're asking us what percentage of her total collection are bookmarks. So what I need to do is to actually take bookmarks out of total. So bookmarks will be 90, total 250. They're asking for percentage, so we do times 100. Okay. You should get 36%. And that's the answer for part B. Okay, so for this question, I'm actually going to use ratio to solve. So you notice there are three fractions here. 2/3 of the money. Okay, then this is 5/12 of the money raised by the P6 classes. And this is 1/3 of the money raised by the P3 classes. So all three fractions are not referring to the same whole. Okay, which means we cannot change to the same denominator. So I'm just going to write the ratio for this. 2/3 of the money raised by P6. So which means, okay, raised by P6 and raised by P3. If 2/3 of them raised by P6 means 1/3 will be raised by P3, right? So I can write the ratio for the money raised like that. The next fraction, 5 out of 12. They say for the P6, 5/12 of the money raised by the P6 classes were raised by boys. So for P6, I have boys is to girls. If 5 out of 12 raised by P6 means, 5 out of 12 are boys. 5 out of 12 are boys means the rest of it will be girls, right? Which is 7 out of 12. So girls would be 7 units. Okay. Then for the P3, same thing. We're going to have the boys and girls. They tell us 1/3 of the money raised were raised by the boys, which means it's 1, and which means 2/3 will be raised by the girls. So that's 2U. Can? After writing down your 3 ratios, you got to look at it. What is repeated? What should be the same? Let's make the thing the same, right? So over here we have P6 and P6, right? And P3 and P3, which means both the P6s and the P3s are repeated. Perhaps it would be easier if we add a total column. Total units of P6 would be 12. Total units of P3 would be 3. Easier to look now, right? To see this now, P6 total 12, P6 total 2. They have to be the same. So I multiply by 6 to make it 12 units. So 12 is to 6. So the P6 settled already. Now let's check the P3. P3 total units, 3. Over here, 6. So 3 and 6 got to be the same. So I got to multiply 3 by 2 to make it 6. This is 4. Remember, the whole set needs to change, right? Now I'm just going to strike off the old one. I don't want to have it there to confuse me. I'm just going to draw a line across. All right, so let's do a check. P6, 12, 12, same. P3, 6, and 6, same. So ratio is done. Okay, now ratio makes sense already. What's the clue now? They say all the girls raised the total of 4950. So girls where? Girls here, 7, 4. So total units of girls, 7 plus 4, 11 units. So we know that 11 units would be 4950. So we can find 1 unit. Which is 450. Part A, how much money did all the pupils raise together? Total units will be over here, 12 and 6. So 12 plus 6, 18 units. So you just need to find out what's 18 units. Which is $8,100. That is the answer for A. So once you get A, actually B is super easy. In fact, once you sort out the ratio, the question becomes very easy. You now need to find out the difference between the boys and the girls. So you already know the girls given in the question is 4,950. So you just need to find the amount raised by the boys, which is 7 units. So 5 plus 2, 7. Find out 7 units, which is 450 times 7. 3,150. So this is the amount raised by the boys. So part B asking for the difference. Difference, you simply need to minus. So raised by the girls is 4,950. Raised by the boys, 3,150. So the difference is 1,800. That is the answer for part B. This, I will use a model to solve. I'm going to draw a model. Once you draw the correct model, right, in fact, you will see very, very few steps. Very, 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 I think like 2 steps or something you can solve already. So we're dealing with Mr. Tan and Mr. Lim. Mr. Tan, okay, so we know that both of them at first, 131. So we know Mr. Lim used thrice as many nails as Mr. Tan. So Lim is thrice of Tan, which means Lim is 3 units, right? So I'm gonna draw 3 units for Lim, 1 unit for Tan. Okay, wait, hold on. I think I better draw a bigger model because I got to cut this later on. Hold on, I'll draw it longer. Thrice. So Tan is 1 unit. Okay, so this is used. So I'm just gonna shade it to indicate that this was what they already used. Okay. Next, the remaining number of nails Mr. Tan had were 8 fewer than what he used. So if you look at Tan, Tan is 1 unit, right? What he had left was 8 fewer than 1 unit. 8 fewer than that. So I'm gonna add on what he had left, which is something like that. 8 fewer than 1 unit. Okay, so the green color one will be what he had left. Now next, they say that he had twice as many remaining nails as Mr. Lim. Meaning the leftover from Mr. Lim will be half of that. Half of what Mr. Tan had left. So I'm gonna halve this. So I know what to draw for Lim. I'm gonna just draw 1 small unit like that. Okay, so the green color one will be the leftover. Now I need to sort out my units. You see that I'm gonna extend my lines down. This line, I'm gonna draw it down. I cut equal units. So I'm gonna have 1, 2 units, 1, 2 units, these are the same. And this part here will be 8. You see what I done to the original unit? So same thing, all these I'm gonna cut 2 units. So this one is 1U, 2U, 1U, 2U. They are all equal. Now this is an 8. This is an 8. I hope you can see. This is an 8. So I'm repeating everything. I need to make all the parts the same. All the units equal. So same thing, this one I'm gonna cut. And I'm gonna cut. Then I put 8 here. So this is again 1U, 1U, 1U. You see? So everything, a total of 131. So what's the thing we need to do? We know the 8s, right? How many 8s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 8s. This 8 doesn't count, this 8 outside, that's the space only. So this one doesn't count. So we're going to take away all the extra parts. 8 times 4, 32. I'm going to take the total, 131 minus 32. I get 99. Now 99 is how many units? 4 for Tan, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 units make up the 99. Okay, so then you get 1 unit, which is 99, divided by 11, which is 9. Okay, so the question wants us to find Mr. Lim at first. Lim at first would be the whole thing here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 units. Seven units, and then you don't forget to add back the 8s, right? There are 3 8s for Mr. Lim, so 63 plus 8 times 3, which should give you, that's 24, that's 87. So 87 is the answer. Okay. So we know there are 3 bags. A had the most, C had the least. And we know the difference between A and the other two bags were 51 and 108. Now, if I were to draw it in the model form, A, B, and C, A had the most, B, probably something like that, and C had the least. Okay? Then they tell us the difference between A and the other two bags would be 51 and 108. So over here, 51. And the difference here would be 108. Okay. Now I'm going to extend the lines. And instead of indicating the space, I'm going to indicate the model within. So that means this is 51, right? And I'm going to find what's the little part here. So this little part will be 108 minus 51, which is 57. So I'm going to indicate this is 57 and 57. Okay. So I'm just going to erase the outside because I don't want that one to confuse me. Okay, once we have derived what's within the model, I'm just going to erase that. Okay. You know, sometimes we might get a bit confused with what's outside. Okay, then what else they tell us? C contains 15% of the total. So this is 15%. So if this is 15%, the rest of these parts will be 15% as well. Okay, which makes it quite straightforward now, isn't it? If we know that 15, 15, 15, and everything makes up 100, which means this will make up the rest of it. Because, okay, so that's how many percent? 15% times 3, that's 45%. So 100% minus 45%, 55%, meaning the yellow color parts. 57, 51, and 57, they add up to 55%. So what's 57 plus 51 plus 57? It's 165. So 55% is 165. 1% will be 165 divided by 55. 1% is 3. Okay, so 1% is 3. We're trying to find how many bits were there altogether. Altogether will be 100%, isn't it? Just go and find 100%, which is 3 times 100, which is 300. Okay, question 20. Let me illustrate the question first. Okay, so let's make sure we all understand what the question is trying to say. At first, there were 15 chairs in each row. So each row is like that. There are 15 here. Okay, so another row, but we don't know how many rows there are. Okay, there are multiple rows at first. So the school attendant removed 6 chairs. So they take out 6 chairs, minus 6. And they rearrange the chairs. Now there are 12 chairs in each row and 9 more rows than before. So which means instead of having 15 chairs in a row like before, now become 12 chairs in each row. Meaning in each row, they actually took out, from each row, they took out 3, isn't it? From each row, they took out 3. But we don't know how many rows. But all these were actually taken out. Okay, taken out and contributed to the new rows. There were now 9 more rows than before. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So these 9 rows of 12 chairs, right? Inside here, 12 chairs, okay, 1 row, and there are 9 rows here. Okay, so the 9 row of 12 chairs plus the 6 chairs that they removed, they took it out of the hall, right? All came from the red part here by removing 3 chairs from each of the original rows, but we don't know how many rows. Yeah, so it's -6, -6. That means they took out the 6 lah. This is the 6 chairs that they removed. Okay, never mind. Maybe I don't write -6. I write 6 removed. Maybe it's clearer. 6 removed. Okay, so what can we find first? We can start off from the ending part here first, this part here. Yes, the 12 chairs in a row, 9 rows. So that's 108. So this part here, 108 chairs. Okay, now I'm trying to find the red part first. How do I go back to the red part? These 108 chairs that form the new rows, I need to add back the 6 chairs that were taken out, right? I take them back. I'm working backwards now. So this 108, I put back the 6 chairs. I take them back at 114 chairs. Meaning the red part here consists of 114 chairs. All right, and 114 chairs, 3 in a row, right? Now remember, they take out 3 from each row. So if I take 114 now to divide by 3, what will that give me? I get 38. What does 38 represent? The number of rows at first. Make sense? Take out 3 chairs from a row. 3 times 38 rows gives me 114 chairs. All right? So the question wants us to find how many chairs were there in the auditorium for the briefing. This is very tricky. For the briefing, at first, it was there for a concert. In the end, it was there for a briefing. Okay? So they actually want to find out how many chairs were there in the end for the briefing, not at first for the concert. Okay? So this part must be careful. So, okay, if I know 38 rows at first, I'm going to find out how many chairs there were at the beginning. Okay, so 38 at first, inside each row, 15 chairs at first, right? So 38 times 15. At the beginning, there were 570 chairs. Then after that, what happened? They took out 6 chairs, right? Now, they removed the 6 chairs, so I just need to minus 6. So I get 564 chairs in the end for the briefing. Okay, so for this question, I am not going to use the model way. The model way can be a bit challenging for this. It's a bit hard to illustrate. So for this, I'm going to use units and parts. Okay, so at the beginning, we know that 4/5 of them were mango tarts and the rest were kiwi tarts. So I'm just going to list down the information. We have mango and kiwi. So mango, I can start it off with 4, right? Because 4/5 of them were mango means, then the rest kiwi tarts means 1/5, right? Would be kiwi, so I write 1. So then after that, you realize, they say that, okay, they sell 125 kiwi tarts. Then after that, they say 5/8 of the mango tarts. Meaning now they want the mango tarts to be 8 units. But over here, the mango tarts, 4 units. So I'm going to change the mango tarts to 8 so that it's easier to do. I'm going to multiply by 2. I multiply by 2. Change this to 8 units, 2 units. Okay, I just cross out the old one. So that I can take away 5/8 of the mango tarts now. So under the mango tarts, I can minus 5u now. Starting from 8u now, I minus 5u. So then the mango tarts left with 3u. Okay. So what do I do with the kiwi? She sold 125, right? So I minus 125 kiwi tarts. So in the end, we don't know what's really in the end, right? I'm just going to write 2u minus 125. That's what I have. She has for kiwi at the end. Okay. So the last clue here says that she had 1/3 of the tarts left. Now, what I can do is, this is the beginning. At first is 3 parts. Because if she had 1/3 of the tarts left, means at the beginning she had 3 out of 3, right? So I can call it 3 parts for the beginning. What she had left in the end here will be 1/3 of it, which I can call it 1 part. Okay, so now I'm going to write down my equations. Okay, 8u plus 2u, I get 10u at the beginning. So everything is 10u at the beginning. 10 units is equals to 3 parts. The other equation will be 3u plus 2u, which is 5u. Then I minus 125. So 5 units minus 125, I get 1 part. Okay, so I'm going to now make the parts the same. I'm going to multiply this by 3. So this is 15u minus 375 is equal to 3 parts. Okay, so now over here, I have 3 parts and 3 parts the same already. If 3 parts is equals to 10 units, and if 3 parts here is equals to 15 units minus 375, I can write my new equation. 10 units is equals to 15 units minus 375. So this tells me that 5 units is actually 375. All right, so from here we can find out what's 1 unit, which is 375 divided by 5, 75. So how many tarts did she sell? Where's the tarts that she sold? Oh, right. Sell here, right? This is the mango tarts. This is the kiwi tart. So the total tarts that she sold, we got to find 5 units. Oh, I don't even need to find 1 unit in this case. You get what I mean? Because we're trying to find 5 units, right? Okay, never mind. I'll just multiply again since I already written it down. Okay, so I times back times 5. Then it's 375. We're trying to find 5 units together with the 125 kiwi tarts that she sold. So 375 plus 125 is 500. So that's the answer. Tarts sold in total 500.